Dearly beloved, we have gathered here today to get through this thing called Mix CD. My name is Mike, part of the SPDM crew, and I love making Mix CDs. Each week, we give our guests a theme and an 80-minute time limit for which songs they're going to pick for their Mix CD. This week, we're going to be talking about both love songs and breakup songs. It's Valentine's Day, and I want to be representative of both types of individuals who look at Valentine's Day like it sucks, and also who love songs or who are in love. So I've done a love songs list. I haven't done a breakup songs list, and I guess I'll start with that. And the breakup songs was actually a little trickier because taking a look and trying to get like a good range because like love songs, breakup songs, they fall into very specific pools. There's the I'm sad, I'm angry, the fuck you, type of things. So lots of different buckets and lots of different pools for what a breakup song could be, and these are the ones that I ended up picking. I know I missed a bunch. I get that. I realized too late that I did not include Everybody Hurts by REM, or I did not include Don't Speak by No Doubt, different things like that. But these are the ones that I ended up picking for this. So the first one that I put on this, and this is in no particular order. It's not like I was like, this was the top one that I wanted to pick, but it's With or Without You by U2. I always think of that episode of Friends where Ross and Rachel like they broke up or they were on a break or whatever you want to call it. But also, even before that, U2's With or Without You was their song. I the next one I picked Taylor Swift. We Are Never Getting Back Together. I just think that this is a bop of a song and a little on the underrated side for me for Taylor Swift, but also just the flowiness of what it says, like we are never ever getting back together. Next one I picked Rihanna, Stay, featuring Mikey or Mickey Echo. Just the refrain is just I want you to stay. There's a couple songs that I could have picked with something like this. There's another song called Stay by Sugarland, even though it is about somebody who is just wants their significant other to stay, or at least the person that they're sleeping with to stay with them. So there's that. Thank You Next by Ariana Grande made my list. There could have been a couple of Ariana Grande songs on this list, but this one in particular, it's like I'm so grateful for my ex. That's kind of a level of a breakup song that you don't get very often, so I wanted to include that for appreciation of that. I have Broken by Lifehouse. There were a bunch of songs with the word broken in it. And I think just this concept of like having a broken heart is something that is very representative with the breakup song. So I wanted to include something with the word broken, and I did end up settling on this song by Lifehouse. The concept or the refrain is what gets me with this is that I'm falling apart, I'm barely breathing with a broken heart that's still beating. Next one I have is Usher, Burn. This actually kind of has both ends of the spectrum because with this song it starts off with Usher saying like that he should leave his current relationship because just it doesn't feel right. And then it flips on the other side, like in the second verse, that he misses her. So I wanted to include that because I'm sure that happens all the time with breakups. I know it's happened to me as well. I picked End of the Road by Boyz II Men. This is a stone cold classic, and I could not include this because it's a classic. There's a couple Boyz II Men songs I could have picked. There's a song called Four Seasons of Loneliness. There's one about the one that's called On Bended Knees that I love, but this one it's the classic and it needs to be included. I picked Demi Lovato, Give Your Heart a Break. Yeah, like I never, I don't know, like maybe I just didn't listen to the lyrics well enough, but I guess it didn't really hit me until I watched that Glee episode where everybody broke up. So yeah, that's where that got included. My next song is Don't Leave Me by Blackstreet. I don't know, this is just a sentimental pick, so I ended up going with that one. I picked Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. I felt like that was pretty astute and pretty obvious to pick. You Wanted More by Tonic. Just the refrain, you wanted more, more than I could bear, more than I can handle for a love that isn't there. I picked Bye 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 by NSYNC because of course, you have to pick Bye 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 by NSYNC. I picked Michelle Branch, Goodbye to You. You know, this is just a goodbye song in the best possible way. I picked What Went Wrong by Blink 182. This is like one of like the angrier songs on this. Like this is one that like my buddy Chris and I used to listen to all the time. But what went wrong because you said it was right? You fucked up my life. Yeah, that's pretty bold and ballsy thing to say. Picked You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette. Picked I'm Moving On by Rascal Flatts. I'm moving on at last I could see life has been patiently waiting for me. Yeah, just that one gets me a lot. So I've got Wasting My Time by default. I had to include this on here. And then my last two, first one, I have Goodbye by Hootie and the Blowfish. I could have picked Let Her Cry, which that's, that one, I like that one a lot, but I don't know, just this one is maybe a little more underrated and a little bit more under the radar for Hootie and the Blowfish, so I wanted to include that. And this last one actually has a story. So it's When You're Gone by Avril Lavigne. I had a job a while ago where I went into the city and one of my coworkers, he had broken up with his girlfriend at the time. I'm fairly certain that he got dumped, but I could be wrong. But I walked past him and he was just sitting there scrolling through old pictures, listening to this song on YouTube. And I felt so bad for him, but I also kind of laughed my ass off at him because it was like, dude, you are being so angsty right now. But also, I get it because once upon a time, I was super angsty about that. So I had to include that one on there because it's got a fun story associated with it. Let's flip to the love songs now. So I've already done one volume, and the second volume is a lot more like sentimental picks, kind of ones that kind of resonate with me a lot. So first one I picked, Mr. Big, To Be With You. This just the acoustic guitar, the refrain. I love the music video for this, but also this is a song that I've always wanted to learn how to play on the guitar, and I just never figured it out. I picked a Maze by Lone Star. This is again just a classic to pick. I picked Lenny Kravitz again. I love the refrain for this is that all of my life, where have you been? I wonder if I'll ever see you again. This is another one where I like the music video a lot too. So I picked Let Me Be the One by Blessed Union of Souls. This is a very sentimental pick for me. This is one that I learned how to play on the guitar, and yeah, it just really resonates with me. I picked Rascal Flatts Waiting All My Life. This is one where it came up a couple times in college for country night, so I ended up picking this because yeah, it's just a big sentimental favorite for me. Back at One by Brian McKnight. This is one that, again, this is a classic. And I don't know, I was going through old playlists and I was like, yeah, I gotta pick this one because I love that. Just the whole thing is like, hey, if ever I should believe my work is done, then I'll start back at one. I love that. Leanne Rimes, How Do I Live? An unlikely source for this, the movie Con Air, but yeah, I really like this song. If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys. I found out pretty quick that this list didn't have a whole lot of female artists on it, so I tried to remedy that and try to include more. Blink 182, Going Away to College. This is again a sentimental pick. The refrain, I haven't been this scared in a long time, and I'm so unprepared. So here's your Valentine bouquet of clumsy words, a simple melody. This world's an ugly place, but you're so beautiful to me. I love that. It's just very creative, very good. Brian Adams was like the king. Like if Kenny Loggins was the king of 80s movie theme songs, Brian Adams was the king of 90s movie theme songs. And one that I picked is Everything I Do It For You from the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves soundtrack. Because I had one on the original or on my first list. It's All for Love, the one with Rod Stewart and Sting. But I had to include this one because it's objectively a better song, but also a little bit more on the lovey-dovey side. I picked Always Be My Baby by Mariah Carey. This used to be my favorite song once upon a time, so I had to include that in here. I picked Jewel, You Were Meant for Me. Yeah, just this was back in the day when Jewel was like singer-songwriter and blah 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 blah. So I, you know, picked that. I picked a song by Selena, Dreaming of You. Like I will never forget the first time I saw the Selena movie where they played this song when everybody was learning that Selena had died. I don't know, it just resonated with me a lot. So I picked that one. Chris Brown with You. Yes, I get it. Chris Brown's a piece of shit, but I do love this song quite a bit. I picked Zac Efron and Zendaya, Rewrite the Stars. I think if there's going to be ever a tale of like, hey, here's the modern, the modern movie song that is going to be, kind of just be there for the long haul when it comes to new age classic, classic songs about love. I think this one is going to be pretty high up there. Next, there it is. Next, I have You're the Inspiration by Chicago. I just, this is just a 80s classic when it shows up in Deadpool, the original one. I love it. It's great. Whitney Houston, I Have Nothing. This one has these next two are just their powerhouse vocals, and just when Whitney Houston starts singing that refrain, it just brings people to tears. And same thing with The Power of Love by Celine Dion. Both of those are just anchored by like powerhouse performances. And then the last one I have, I'll Cover You from Rent. I think I like this song a lot because it's a beautiful song. It kind of flips the script a little bit in terms of subverting expectations, but I think I think they meant it when they said that you can't buy love, but I know you can rent it, and at least you are my love for life. I just plus also if there's ever a love story to focus on in Rent, it's Collins and Angel, and it's adorable, and I love it. And those are my songs for the Love Songs Volume 2. So I have both. I guess it's just this would be, I don't know, just a two part one. I usually don't do two-part ones, and then but I just felt the need to like represent both sides of Valentine's Day, but also the album cover of this is probably going to be just a heart. Like it's just gonna keep it pretty basic. Maybe one half of the heart is, red, everything's all lovey-dovey, and the other one is just, in black and white and it's broken and, all of that, just to represent both sides of that. But what do you think? What are your favorite love songs and breakup songs? Let me know in the comments below. Well, my friends, the time has come to end this episode of Mix CD. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Check out our website soon to be out at spdmcrew.com. You can follow our playlist on Spotify and Apple Music at Mike Hilty. Shout out to High Flyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you have any marketing, logo, or brand standard needs, contact them at highflyercreative.com. If you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, no matter what happens now, you shouldn't be afraid because I know today has been the most perfect day I've ever seen.